Hello, everyone, and welcome to this exciting book launch on behalf of Praganam and Creative Circle. I, Chitra Padmana, your host for today, warmly welcome you to this exciting book launch. And this is a very special one, and it's very different from the usual book launches because of the theme that the book addresses, and that is pregnancy. Uh, we all know that pregnancy is a beautiful journey, and yet it is laced with so many ups and downs and insecurities that a couple faces. And the book that we are launching today, it attempts to address these issues and make this journey as comfortable and a guided one. So without delay, let me introduce you to our book that we will be launching today, and that is Beginning of Motherhood, a Holistic Perspective. So this is presented by Praganam, and let me take you to its author. And here he is, Rohit Dhingra, with his book and with his kid. So without any delay, let me introduce Rohit to you. He doesn't need much introduction, but still, Rohit is basically a curious person. His curiosity for the world took him to Merchant Navy, where for 10 years he traveled to oceans and visited many countries. His inquiry into what is valuable to humans as a being and as a society led most of his journey as well as career choices. The idea of exploration, learning, and adventure excites him the most. He is a practitioner of socially responsible living, which is complemented through his informal education in Ayurveda and systemic study into developing human values. After Merchant Navy, he co-founded Jamghat to work for education, resettlement, and livelihood of street children in Delhi. He has been primarily involved in working with vulnerable groups of society for the past 20 years. He founded another organization, Advaya, to work for inculcating values in education like compassion, resilience, and considerate living. In Rohit's view, women are the cornerstone. Hence, he founded another organization, Praganam, a pregnancy coaching service of support and care, to empower her as she grows to be a mother. So, Rohit,
Uh, thank you,
has
Chitra.
so you are the star of the show today. So please let us all know, how has the journey of writing the book been? How did you conceptualize this idea? And how did you start writing Beginning of Motherhood? What were the challenges that you faced? Just tell us that story.
Yeah. Sure. Firstly, thanks to everyone. I am very glad and very happy to see everyone present who's presented here today, and all those who are not present here. Still, their blessings are there with us. So I'm very grateful to everyone for this. The beginning of motherhood was a beginning for writing for me as well. So when my wife was pregnant, I was wondering that how can I provide best care and best whatever the best diet and best lifestyle could be for my wife as well as my the which would be benefiting the baby to come as well. So when I was challenged by this question, I had not read much about what pregnancy care meant, but my interest has always been into healthy living. How can a person be healthy in his life? How can one stay healthy, free from diseases, and to the best of his or her energy? So I had been studying Ayurveda for a long time. I had also got some experience in studying the modern perspective of health. So when we were pregnant, we thought that this is the right time to actually make use of that information, whatever we had gained. So I started reading. I consulted some few doctors, gynecologists. I also consulted a few Vaidyas. Then essentially, I took a lot of time in contacting many couples who have tried to follow a good diet or a good lifestyle when they were pregnant, and based upon what Indian wisdom had to offer to them. So the overall journey was very interesting. We did a lot of I won't say experiments. We did a lot of things that was already tried and tested. Me and Sumi. And the delivery was really amazingly smooth and very. It was like it just happened in 15 minutes. So when it happened so smoothly, and my wife was also so healthy during the pregnancy, matlab, one could never make out ke, she has any limitations. Mostly women suffer from many kind of limitations during pregnancy. So she was very healthy, and the delivery was also superbly easy. So that was really impressive. I got the I would say the shock of my life. That see, there's such a wonderful thing. If only if people would take care of their diet and lifestyle, all these things could happen to a lady and their family. So then I thought that let me write it down for a couple of my friends. So I sat down. I thought 4-5 page honge. Within 4-5 pages I will be able to summarize it. So I started writing it down so that my brothers, my cousins, my friends, they when they plan, I can just give them those notes that please follow them. But when I started writing, it turned out to be a 80-page document. you know then I thought, yeah, this is a lot. Then we sat together, me and Abhinandan, we were together. So we sat together and started discussing what to do. So eventually the natural outcome was that we need to make it into a book. So that is how this book came into being. The overall basis of the information that is being shared in the book is based upon Indian wisdom purely. It is not at all about what our experiences are about pregnancy, or how I felt or how Sumi felt. It is not about our experience. It is 100% based on Indian traditional wisdom. I had researched into 4 Ayurvedic scriptures, one of them being Ashtang Hridaya, Sushruta Samhita, Bhaishajya Ratnavali, and Bhav Prakash. I have also studied into what nutritionists nowadays study. There's a whole document which calculates the nutritive value of Indian food. So the nutritionists today study that document to suggest you what kind of diet to take. So I had also incorporated some research points from them. Then, since it is a research document, I had taken it to Gandhi Vidya Mandir, which is a big university in Sardar Shahar, Ayurvedic University. So over there, I met there was a whole review panel of doctors, Vaidyas and doctors. They already have in their governing body. So those are the Vaidyas and doctors. They kind of validated, they kind of interviewed me, and suggested some changes in the document. And there was a bit of to and fro between them and me, that some points they thought that needs to be changed, and I of course definitely changed those. Then eventually they certified the content of the book as 100% based upon Indian wisdom. And I have also put that certificate on the book, and I really value that certificate. It's like school time का कोई certificate मुझे इतना important नहीं लगता जितना ये certificate important लगता है कि this is one certificate that I would say is my uh, my certificate. So it kind of validates and authenticates the information being shared in the book. So it should not come out to the viewers as something a construct of my mind, or maybe I did not read the scriptures well. It's not nothing like that. So I would
So that was really exciting. I mean, and very unusual because, mothers write about their experiences, but you being a parent, a partner to your wife, and you have, come up with this book, this idea to make this entire journey, this entire experience a pleasant one, a guided one, and that too from traditional wisdom is something, really remarkable. It hasn't been in my knowledge, it hasn't been done that much. I mean, the nutrition, the diet, the exercise, everything has been, planned out in a very systematic way. And hats off to the research that you have done. And more so, because this book is now associated with a great, great initiative that, you have founded, and that is Praganam.
yeah.
So please let us
So
know.
I have a small story associated with that as well. Should I?
Yes, please go ahead. So, everyone who does not know about Praganam, this is a very short intro to Praganam, and Rohit will elaborate on that. And please go ahead, Rohit.
Yeah. So Praganam also kind of happened to us when this book, when I had finished, documenting this book, the research was complete and all. Then me with couple of friends like Abhinandan, Sonakshi, we were just sitting together and we were discussing that how to edit it and how to actually go about publishing it. The question came that this was raised by Abhinandan, I think, that books like this does not give a couple confidence in a at a stage when they are already scared. Just by reading that, okay, eat ghee or drink ghee, does not give them the confidence to actually go in and drink ghee, because they're anyway scared. And it is a stage when they are scared because they don't know much about what is happening to them. So that was the time we thought that having a book is good, but at the same time, we must participate in the journey of a couple when they are pregnant. And how can we do that? We can do that by being their guide, being their mentor, being their friend, all way across the 9 months journey. That is when we thought that this needs to formally come out as a coaching platform or educational service to the pregnant couples. And that is when we thought that let's try to found a company which would offer such services to pregnant couples at a, of course, a cost. Then at the same time, I had my good friends like Sapna and Leena ji, and we have been together for very long time, and they also understand pregnancy from a very different perspective of, a very confident perspective, I would say, a self-confident perspective. So we sat together and we started for Pragyanam. I would say we five of us we started Pragyanam, and Himanshu Bhaiya, who's the chairman of Gandhi Vidya Mandir, he has been a mentor and a support from everywhere, from the book and from the when we founded Pragyanam, all throughout the journey.
That's really wonderful. I mean, an initiative like this is surely going to help many couples, it's have that dream realized of a comfortable pregnancy and also postnatal care, the postpartum depression part. Everything has been addressed so meticulously in this book. And I'm sure Preganam is going to help many couples, their families also. I mean, it's a complete process. They say that to raise a child you need a tribe, but even during the pregnancy you need a tribe. And I think pregnancy is going, Preganam is going to help many people with this difficult part of their lives, I mean, this difficult phase of their lives. And so let us just take it forward. And let me introduce you to the next speaker, who's very important and more important than Rohit, actually. So she is Sumi Thakur. So as you all know, this book was inspired by Rohit and Sumi's journey as parents. And throughout the writing of this book, she has been Rohit's rock. Her experiences and suggestions have helped shape this book, and she hopes, of course, that Rohit's vision will help many couples. So Sumit, Sumi, the stage is yours. Please do let us know how you felt initially when you found that Rohit was writing this book, and what was your reaction, and how did did you give any suggestions, and what was your reaction to all of this?
Writing a book, like, it is a very big responsibility, because eventually pregnant people would be reading it, and pregnancy is, of course, a very big journey, any couple. So yeah, it was a big responsibility. I would rather say I did not support too much, because I am not into medicine or anything. So it is all Rohit's research, I must say. Yes, there have been certain experiences when we were pregnant, but the book is not solely based on experiences. The book basis of the book is lot of research and lot of study material, researches, and reading across various scriptures, the Indian traditional scriptures and all. So yes, so the book is well researched and everything. So yeah, so I must say it is not completely based on experiences. It is well researched, well documented. So yeah.
That's wonderful to hear from you, Sumi. And
Yeah.
surely, I mean, all through this journey, I mean, Sumi and Rohit, you have been in this together, and I'm sure Praganam will grow and will inspire many couples. So we move to the next speaker, and he's also a very important part of this initiative. So he is Abhinandan Prasad. So Captain Abhinandan Prasad is a master mariner who has spent over 2 decades at sea. He believes that the simplest facts are often the most profound, and because of his circumstances, his perspective towards society has always led him to seek collective good as much as individual success. So welcome again, Abhinandan, and please let us know about your association with Praganam and this book. And what did you feel when you came to know that Rohit was planning this, and how did you all chalk it out? Because putting it all together is a very tedious process. So please let us know of your experiences.
Thank you, Chitra, for reading out that small intro, and thanks everybody again for being here and for letting me be a part of this venture that Rohit has undertaken upon himself, book as well as Praganam. So I've known Rohit for 20 years, and he was one of the first people who I kind of got inspired from when it came to the collective good of society. So I've kind of followed all his ventures and seen where it is that I can help in whichever limited form I can. Praganam and the book was a bit special because I'm a bit of a bookworm myself. I read a lot. So when Rohit told me that, I mean, I've been following him and we've been obviously in touch. And when he said that there was this particular subject of pregnancy on which he had done a decent amount of research. And I know that when he says that, then there is a diligence behind it. I realized that, well, this might be something that I can help with because I enjoy my own small little writing as well. So I said that, well, I don't know so much about the information, but I can do research and I can help you write it in a manner in which it is possibly the most practical and presentable to people who want to make the best use of it. And it was on that basis that the association started. I've enjoyed it thoroughly, completely thoroughly. The evolution from just wanting to write a book and then going ahead to trying a full-fledged, organization such as Praganam, which is literally in our vision, it's an umbrella organization which provides resources to pregnant couples in order to achieve a healthy and a natural birthing and empower the couple themselves to make the right kind of decisions. So a very key factor for me after having numerous coffee table and chai discussions with Rohit was that why is pregnancy being looked upon as a medical event? Why? It's natural. Why are we looking upon it as a medical event? And that got me thinking. I was like, yeah, this is true, man. I mean, this is about changing perspective in society. And if I can help in some form, why not? And then Sapna ji and Leena ma'am came into the picture. And I was like, well, if these are the kind of people that we're going to be working with, then not only am I learning a lot, but I'm also, I mean, there's a serious chance of this going right. I don't know how much time it will take, but I hope it doesn't take that much time. So it continued from there on. And it still continues. The attempt is still there with Praganam to make sure that we are able to make a change in perspective, starting with our own near and dear ones, then spreading it to whatever your nearest city and society and in general. And I'm just happy to be a part of it to the best extent that I can. I hope to dedicate more time towards both the ventures, the book as well as the organization. But let's see how that goes by. But it's just a very, very, I feel extremely privileged. I feel a lot of gratitude that I was allowed to be a part of this venture and that I'm associated with people like, again, Rohit Sumi and Sapna and Leena ma'am. It's a privilege. So I'm learning and contributing to the extent that I can. And yeah, let's see where the journey takes us. So that's my this thing. And I would like to just admire and put my token of applause for Rohit for having the courage to do the kind of things that he does. I mean, most of the things that he suggests, I often dismiss them as being very absurd. Kya kar raha hai yaar? I mean, forget it. Let's leave it. But including, writing this book. But at some point of time over the years, I've noticed that whatever bit of subtle magic he employs, it works. And I get roped in. And so this is one of those things. But it seems to be going well. And with your association as well, the Creative Circle, I hope it goes even further and keeps going where it is supposed to go. So yeah, that's it. I won't take up so much of your time. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Yeah, I must add on. See, life. What I've realized is that the life of a entrepreneur or the life of a writer are both very lonely spaces. So at all point of time, you need somebody to talk to, and somebody that you talk to must be wise enough to kind of always guide you, or not even if not guide you, you are just listening to you and sharing his or her thoughts. So that is where I think Abhinandan and Amrinder have come in very handy to me. And whenever I had a doubt or I had a question, I would just go to them and talk about it. And especially during the book, Abhinandan has been very useful in that sense, I would say, although he's a friend. And another special thing that I would like to mention here, Chitra, is that about Sumi, all throughout the pregnancy journey, I could see her very confident about Indian wisdom. I could not understand why, because I had been a practitioner of Indian wisdom for 15, 20 years. That's so me being confident about it is kind of understood. But there were many stages when she was also very confident about it. And I was surprised that how is she confident about it. But that's a great thing about her, that somehow she could latch on to Indian wisdom. And because there were times you really needed that support. Like during our delivery process, we waited for about I don't know, 8 to 10 hours before going to the hospital, and she was all okay about that.
So it's wonderful to see that Abhinandan has supported you so much, and Sumi was really confident. Dar tumko zyada lagega, of course. I mean, Sumi would be like, okay, fine, I know what's going inside me, but of course, wo dar zyada tumko lag raha hoga. So, I mean, this is the process and this is the journey, the lovely ups and downs that we look back upon and feel very nostalgic about, because pregnancy is such a beautiful journey. And so, hats off to you guys that you thought about this, and you have set out to accomplish such a mission of making mothers, of making actually not just mothers, but couples comfortable and happy during this journey, and not feel that we are lacking this information. With the uh, with this thing that we have so many nuclear families now, and that joint family system is not that prevalent. People are living apart from their families. तो वो जो एक traditional wisdom का एक resource हमारे पास रहता था, then we had our grandmothers, we had our masis and chachis and everyone to hold a hand during the process. ये नहीं है हमारे पास आजकल. So अभी हमारे पास the options बहुत ही limited है कि कहाँ किसको पूछे, and relying on supplements, सब external जो medicines pump किए जाते हैं उसके पता नहीं कितने कितने side effects हो सकते हैं. So it's so important कि हम लोग अपने roots को जाए, समझे चीजों को, traditional wisdom को आजमाए, and that is a very important thing जो तुम लोगों ने सोचा, and you have conceptualized that as a form of an initiative and a book. So this is really commendable, guys. So yeah, so moving on, we have our next speaker, Himanshu sir. I'll just read out his brief intro. Rohit, you can also support me in this. Himanshu Dhingra sir, an MBA from the SP Jain Institute of Management and Research, Mumbai. He has devoted his life in impacting social causes in rural areas. While focusing on their international repercussions, he has worked with many NGOs to change lives for the better. We are honored to have you, sir, today. Please do say a few words for Rohit and the book. Please do, please say a few words.
Thank you, Chitra. Many years back, I had the chance of staying with my guru, Sri A. Nagaraj. A lot of his wisdoms have been quoted in this book also. And he was an Ayurvedic practitioner along with the philosophical work that he has done. Every day, I would see patients streaming into his house to consult him. And I had the privilege couple of times and also of hearing of writing down the prescriptions for him. One of the things that I heard quite a lot, in his, after he would check the pulse of the patient, is Garad dosh. So one day I asked him, I said, Baba, what is this Garbh dosh? He says, these are the mistakes made right from the time of conceptualization of a child. Yeah, when the child is conceived, from that point to the point where, just a little bit after, or just the point of delivery. Yeah. Now, and these could be mistakes of improper diets, improper behavioral practices, how you're living the life during that time. And I found when I started looking at these things that a lot of the diseases that we see today, for many individuals, the root cause of this was because of this. And this I realized that if a proper system of taking care of people while the female is getting pregnant until the delivery of the child is there, we can prevent a lot of diseases in society. And a lot of the chronic diseases that we see among young people is a repercussion of this. So that thought process had always been in my mind. My family, this practice of looking after the mother and the child during pregnancy and after delivery has been in the family tradition, and handed over from ages by the women folks. And one of the jobs that was given to the men folks were that we were asked to get herbs and medicines. So we had to go search the market, and I've seen since my childhood my dad do it. And I've accompanied him multiple times. Going to the market, finding very small quantity, but absolutely the best herbs, so that can be given to the mother and the child, roughly for a period of 9 months during the pregnancy and a couple of months after that. Yeah, I have sat down and seen the family supervising the making of ghee just before a delivery happens and stocking it up. Isko bacha hone wala hai, and we're going to need so much kgs of ghee. So let's preserve that and let's do that. So they would identify a good quality cow, feed it the right kind of herbs, and keep the milk separate and churn it every day, make ghee and stock it for a couple of months, and then use it on a regular basis. Now, these are practices that have died out, especially among the slightly educated sections of society. And part of the reason when I go and visit my friends who've just had children, or their children now more than the children of my friends, and one of the things is I see most young children have joined us today. While they're in hospital, I go and visit them, and they say, "Oh, he's got," and I talk to doctors, and they're always telling me, "Oh, sir, today almost 60-70% of children immediately after they are born, they will have jaundice." I said, "What nonsense is this? Well, this child is going to have a weak liver for almost his entire life now." So there is something wrong, very seriously, with the kind of things we are doing with regard to childbirth. And this, I think, we need to explore and understand. And in Rohit's case, I was, little skeptical when he approached me first time, because he had no background of Ayurveda, and I am little skeptical and cynical about, self-made practitioners and so-called self-taught practitioners. Sometimes they do more harm than good, is my opinion. But when he gave me a manuscript of his book and I went through it, I realized that everything that he had written there, there was a quote from a particular text, a traditional text, and where he got that information. And that really impressed me. I thought, this is a book that has been well researched and well put together. So the inspiration could have come from his being the process of becoming a father. But the journey that is written in the book is not necessarily only restricted to the birth of his child, and not an individual journey. It is a journey that can be useful to all. Then, of course, I got the doctors in my Ayurveda college to look at it. With little bit of changes, they endorsed this. It can be looked at as a document, even though they were a little apprehensive that there is a non-qualified person writing this. But after going through the manuscript, they also agreed, no. we are happy to endorse this. And so I'm very happy, and I think this is something that all young would-be parents should read this book. Pregnancy is a great thing. I think it's one of the most important aspects of every person's journey, and this sets the foundation for wellness in society, or what we call in Ayurveda arogyata. Is the foundation stone is laid uh, right from conceiving a child till the delivery. That is the point, and we should be very careful of it. I congratulate Rohit for the excellent work that he has done, and also his wife for the support. And I think that made this book possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Himanshu Bhaiya. Really well put. Matlab, you had put in the context, and then you had put in the book, how the book came about and how you supported in that. I think it is a really well put, 5 minutes of yours, whatever you have told us. And most importantly, thank you, Bhaiya, because I would say, since since in the beginning also I said that the certificate these doctors that they provided me, that this review panel that provided me, that is a certificate I really value more than the certificates I have achieved from my javelin throw or school written certificate or anything, So, so this is this. You have been a very important person in the whole journey of the book, and I would really like to thank you on this platform again.
Thank you, Himanshu ji. I mean, that was really insightful. Indeed, आपने जो से कहा about the jaundice part, I often hear from my mother also, okay, that mother got jaundice and then the child will also have. So that's, these are small issues that we don't even pay attention to. हाँ, शायद हो गया होगा, but क्यों हुआ? Why did it happen? So if we can prevent that by some way, by taking care and by going back to our roots, employing some strategies जो पहले हमारे पास थे, that resource was there but it's not there now. So those herbs that you spoke of, it was really I don't have words to express the feeling that I got in you when you describe your father getting herbs. I mean, it's such a nostalgic feeling for you, maybe. So that kind of feeling, we should be also employing when we are in that course of pregnancy, involvement on both parts of not only the mother, not only the families, but also of the partner. So that kind of involvement is required. So truly commendable, your contributions to this journey. And so we are going to move on to the next segment, and that is interaction session. So we have so many people who have joined in, mothers, students. I see Aditi is on a bus, but she's really, listening to this. So young girls are there, mothers are there. So I'm going to stop share, and we, you can pose your remarks, you can post questions. Rohit is here, Abhinandan is here, Himanshu sir is here, so Sumi is also here. So any questions for the author, any remarks on the book, please unmute yourself and you can start speaking.
Hi, Chitra, can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Actually, what Himanshu sir shared about jaundice was very surprising and insightful for me, because when my niece was born, she was born with jaundice, and it's very heartening and scary to imagine that she might have some ailment. And I would like to know, what can be done so that it can be she can recuperate and such issue won't come up. And also I have one question for Rohit sir. Now sir has started an institution, he has written a book and started this institution. So what kind of facilities do you provide for the couple? Does it include activities or counseling sessions, or I'm curious. I'm not married yet, but I'll be getting hitched soon, and I have certain plans. So I am, and I have been hearing, I have my cousins, so many people around me who are having lots of difficulties in this aspect. So I'm curious to know, what kind of support is it? Just psychological, or with the food habits, or counseling? I just wanted to know the activities of this institution.
So Rohit, like to take that question.
Yeah, sure, sure. So, Madhuri, there are two aspects of it. One is, of course, the jaundice part that Himanshu Bhaiya shared. So that is purely a medical and a technical answer. I'll like to take it offline with you. With respect to Praganam, I would say that Praganam offers a whole lot of services from the conception to the delivery to the post delivery stage. So we provide a consultation on diet, what kind of diet you should eat, what kind of lifestyle you should follow, how mental wellness or mental happiness of the couple is important for the baby, and also to the process of natural delivery. So these are the aspects that we touch upon. We have a counselor with us who takes care of the counseling part and ensures that there is coordination between the couple and the family, so that nothing negative happens. And then we have mentors with us who would guide you on lifestyle, diet, yoga, meditation, things like that. And for post delivery care, we have introduced weight loss programs and mother and baby care programs. So we take care of the entire journey of 18 months of a pregnant couple. The idea is pretty much the same what Himanshu Bhai also shared, and we also believe that the human's body strength lies is really a great thing, but it begins from the conception stage. It's not only that once you get some disease you start taking up medicines. It's not that. Why did the disease happen is depend. There are thousands of reasons on it, and one of them is garb dosh. What Himanshu Bhai also mentioned, that it happened somewhere at the conception, or at the delivery point of time. But so that is how we like to take the couple forward, and our approach is couple oriented. So we talk to a couple always. We don't think that only a female is pregnant, it's always the couple, because the roles are different, but the roles are complementary, and that has to be brought into focus.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'm looking forward to, um, take your help in the future, in the near future. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
And
I'll be very happy.
congratulations. Yes, sir. Congratulations and good luck. May this bring lot of refuge and happiness to so many couples who are waiting for such a platform. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your well wishes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madhuri. Anyone else who would like to say a few words?
Hi, Chitra. Can I?
Please go ahead. Yes. Hi, Pradeep.
Hi. Congratulations, Rohit. You know,
Thank you.
it's a need of the hour because I'm a mom of two kids. I've been first-time mother when I was 24, 23 and a half, 24. And at 31, I became second-time mother. And it's literally two different journeys because entirely the first one was normal delivery after lots of issues, and second one was sudden cesarean. And though I have my mother and other family as a support, it was very stressful because you know it's like that at that point of time. And something like Pragyanam, it's much needed in this stressful life because the world has become into a nuclear setup. Though we have the entire family, the families are staying small, and only wife, the couple is staying together, and because of various reasons or the distance or jobs or whatever and stressful life.
True.
And this is much needed. Thank you so much for coming up with such a wonderful initiative. It's really, I'm really feeling very happy. And I'm also feeling sad that why it's not there at that point of time. But, everything happens in its own course. So congratulations to the entire team, and God bless you. You should get wonderful um, leads, and more couples should get benefited. And for sure, I'm going to suggest Pragyanam if someone, I have a community of ladies, so I'll surely post there, and I'll surely support you and your initiative. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pradeep Ji. Another, very interesting observation I'll tell you. Most of the couples who have been through the pregnancy journey, they end up appreciating the idea of, pregnancy surveys or pregnancy care so much. It's like something that they really wanted and did not got. And I'm very surprised. You know, every couple I talk to, they appreciate it so much. They say, "अरे यार, हमारे time पे होना चाहिए था," और ऐसे, और because it's very, it is a need of the hour. You know, people who are pregnant are really.
when we moved out of that new joint family setup, that the elders wisdom, this all crashing upon the tension and stress started, I guess so. But that's the reason, I think personally, is the reason for stress, and for the couple especially. So but this is really need of the hour. God bless you. Really a wonderful initiative coming from from a male person. It's really commendable. Thank you so much. I never seen someone doing such wonderful things, and from the opposite gender. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Pradipti. Anyone else who needs?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have.
Okay. Hi, Hitesh.
Sorry for being not active because I'm on work, but I'm listening everything. So I want to know that, sir, the book is going to be in Hindi also. May I know?
हाँ, after some time, मतलब अभी नहीं, अभी तो English है, but after some time हमारा plan है उसको at least 8 regional languages में translate कराने का. जैसे इंडिया में
because I come to a village, so there's many couples that don't know English well, so we need it in Hindi.
Yes, definitely. We will do that. थोड़ा time लगेगा. Sorry.
Okay.
But definitely, Hitesh, it's a wonderful suggestion. And Rohit is already working on it. So Hindi में and बहुत सारी different languages में भी Beginning of Motherhood will be translated. And it will help everyone, and even though those who are not comfortable with English language, they are in different parts of the country, they'll be able to understand. So Hitesh, तुम्हारे लिए अभी तो Beginning of Motherhood will be released, and
I'm okay with English, but my wife.
Yeah. ठीक है, फिर उनके लिए रोहित is making arrangements already. So हिंदी में बहुत जल्द किताब आ जाएगी. Surbhi is asking about post and pre-delivery depression. She has some audio issues, so that is why she's not able to ask it herself. She's a mom of 2 actually, so she's asking about that, the depression part. So I think Praganam deals with that, right?
Yes, we certainly deal with that. So another interesting observation is you are also a mother of 2, so you would know that depression or any mental complication, it just does not arrive. It grows smoothly with time, and at certain point of time it forms a root of depression or mental sadness or conflicts in the relationship. So what we understand this at Praganam very well. So we take care of mental happiness from the very beginning. So in the last trimester, we introduce certain tools which can help you plan your post-delivery stages. And when I mean to plan, it means very small details like sabji kaun काटेगा, टेबल कौन लगाएगा, है ना, कपड़े धोबी को देने कौन जाएगा, है ना. तो वो सारी चीजों को भी प्लान करना जरूरी होता है ताकि बाद में कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आए ही ना. And once you live a conflict-free life, then you can relax also. You can spend more time with the baby, with your own self or whatever, So then you are less likely to fall into things like depression or any mental issues. And especially, the conflicts between the couple, they are really gone. And that really support is very soothing.
So yeah, actually,
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So
Thank you, Chitra, for asking question from my side, and many congratulations to you, sir. Actually, sir, ये question मेरा था, और मैंने इसीलिए पूछा था because मेरी शादी 23 में हो गई, और at the age of 24 I was already carrying a baby. So at that last 8th month mein I was in a depression. I was like, I don't want a baby at this early age, and I went for an abortion, and that gynecologist simply refused to do the abortion. Like, no, you are underweight, aap nahi kar sakte ho, because I will not take any responsibility if you are not able to conceive in future. So I was totally in depression. Or after the delivery of the baby, At that time also, I was in depression because I am unable to handle the baby alone. My husband was in media. He is shooting day and nights, and I was individually alone handling the baby. So this is the main point. I mean, this is correctly you said, sir. It happened कि आप अकेले handle कर रहे हो, आप responsibilities बराबर distribute नहीं हो पा रही है, or one partner is very much busy in work and the second one is struggling with all the motherhood and all. Slowly, steadily, it just subsidized. चला गया वो अपने आप. I don't need any kind of help or something like. फिर अभी I feel like I'm really blessed. मैंने अच्छा हुआ इतनी जल्दी I conceived. I mean, I took the decision to have a baby. Like, ठीक है, it's okay, because अभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि the best role played by me is being a mother.
That's true. That's true. Actually, very interestingly, we have a YouTube channel also where Leena ji, she's part of Praganam's team. She has elaborated it very beautifully. You know, expectation versus reality of being a mother. I think you should go and watch that and share your comments with us.
अभी तो बहुत बड़े हो गए दोनों बच्चे. 12 साल की बेटी है और एक 7 साल की, तो अभी दोनों बड़े हो गए हैं काफी. But definitely I'll see, because this is something very much informative. और मेरी जो और दूसरी friends हैं उनके लिए बहुत important हो सकती है ये चीज, क्योंकि this is very common. मैंने देखा young age में अगर आप conceive करते हो तो it is very hard for you. आप mentally काफी चीजों को, मतलब क्या बोलना चाहिए, आप लड़ते हो खुद से.
Very true, very true.
फिजिकली चेंज होता है, मेंटली चेंज होता है, आसपास सब चीजें चेंज हो जाती, तो उस चेंज को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाता है एक यंग माइंड.
Very true, very true.
Yeah, but thank you so much. आपने बहुत अच्छा रिप्लाई, मतलब बहुत अच्छा उस चीज का बिल्कुल क्लियरली बोला. एग्जैक्टली वो बिल्कुल रिलेट कर गया मेरे से. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Surbhi, for this very interesting question and very relevant question. And as Rohit has focused, कि it all boils down to the small things as well. कि बड़ी चीजें तो है ही depression handle करने के लिए, छोटी छोटी चीजें भी हैं. And relationship advice is also an important factor in this entire equation of pregnancy and postpartum depression. कि relationship between the couples during the pregnancy and after the pregnancy, ये भी एक aspect है जो Praganam and the book they both focus on. और एक अच्छी चीज which I'll be telling from my experience, my roommate was pregnant. I mean, I'm taking classes at a college and she was on, I mean, I have witnessed her entire journey of pregnancy. She's on leave now, but she used to keep asking me questions कि amniotic fluid क्या होता है, position क्या होता है, water break करने का मतलब क्या होता है. And I'm like, I'm unmarried. I don't have any experience whatsoever. I cannot answer your question. And now I have this book to give to her कि यार तुम पढ़ो बैठ के, because now you are at that stage. So there are so many questions and she's very nervous. ये ऐसे हो जाएगा क्या? And delivery के वक्त ये हो जाएगा क्या? मुझे क्या खाना चाहिए? And then I noticed that her diet is very improper, क्योंकि घर में उन लोग को थोड़ा ऐसे मतलब खाने का थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, पता नहीं क्या. So she keeps having आलू, दाल, चावल, खत्म. That is her diet. But ऐसे तो नहीं होगा ना. So she needs supplements. She needs that extra nutrition. So I am not in a position to help her. And क्या मैं advise करूँ, because I am not certified or I am not, मतलब not coming from a place of experience. But if she had a book to help her, इतना जो मैंने उसको देखा struggle करते हुए, तो ये issue ही नहीं होता. But now she's in her final stages and I know that the book will help her final stages, maybe after stage maybe. So I'll definitely recommend that. So kudos to you, Rohit.
Yeah. So nice to hear that. So nice to hear that. Well, it's like my dream come true. The book was not only to just write something out of my own volition, but it was more to support people, more to help people, more for the educated mind to have a text to go back to and say, see के यहाँ पर सब कुछ लिखा हुआ है ना, मुझे और कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. So it was that intention. I think it is being fulfilled. There are two more people, Chitra, that I would like to thank. I'll just take 2 minutes.
Sure.
One is our editor, Flemmy. She has done a really superb job in editing the book. And another is Pankhuri. She has designed the cover page, the back page, and every illustration that is there in the book. And I am myself, as a writer, I keep appreciating, but I think I've heard this from so many people that it is really beautiful. The overall book, it comes out really well with many different illustrations and colors and themes in that, so that
So this
our
is
overall.
Pankhuri, guys, that Rohit has been talking about. So she is Pankhuri, and let me give Flame a slide also.
Yeah, so my idea was that during pregnancy, the females or even the male, whenever they read something, they should have a positive reading experience. They should be seeing colors and images, and they should feel good about it. So I think Pankhuri has really made that happen, and I would like to really thank her and Femi both. They are unable to join us today.
And
But
this is Flemmy, guys. So in absentia, we thank her for being a part of Beginning of Motherhood.
And also sorry, Flemmy and Pankhuri, because sometimes I have also kind of pushed a lot कि ये ठीक नहीं है, ये इसको ऐसे करो, उसको वैसे करो. So
So anyone else who would like to remark on the book's journey or has any questions, please do go ahead. We can take a few more remarks.
I think Miranji,
Miranji, please do
अगर आप कुछ
say a few words. We'd be really happy to hear from you, sir.
मिरंजी, सपना, लीना जी, कोई भी अगर कुछ बोलना चाहे.
Hi, Rohit.
Hello, namaste uncle ji.
Okay. Well, my association with Rohit is almost around 30 years. When my son
Yes,
was
clearly.
studying with him, and I think my son is also there today.
Yeah.
Rohit has always been a person who was much different from the normal people. When I say normal, means I don't say that anything about his physical or anything, but his ideas were always different. And in my real life, I had some problem with my sinus. And one day Rohit came to my house in the 6 o'clock in the morning, and he suggested, "Uncle, aap ye jal niti kijiye." Then gradually, I had been knowing Rohit is always on something new venture, doing something, doing that. He was in merchant navy. He left that. And in fact, I am very, very happy with Rohit because I like persons who are socially committed. Personally, as to me. And Rohit's ideas were always imbibed to help the society at any level, whether it is in the COVID times or in the normal times. He was always there working something to increase the quality of life of the people around him. And that's what is Rohit. When Rohit came to me with the idea that he's trying to do something on Praganam, I was little skeptical that now Rohit has come with something totally different thing. He came to me and he spoke to me, but I was very impressed because before he met me, he had already studied and he has already thought over the subject so much that he could present the things to me in a very nice way. Then subsequently he went for the research and all. And then only I will say that, Rohit, you're great. You are a committed person, and I am sure that I have not gone through the book now. I will surely get it. I will still read it. And I tell you that, Rohit, you have come with something so special. As you know, as when you talk about the nuclear family, you, your wife, and the book will help you a lot. Thank you very much, Rohit.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful time.
Thank you, uncle. Thank you, ji.
Thank you so much, Miran sir. It was a great pleasure hearing from you about Rohit. Anyone else who has any remarks to make? Aditi, you have been here with us for a very long time now. You have been traveling in buses and autos, and we've seen you really, struggle with, but you have been in this meeting.
Actually, I am struggling at that moment.
Thank you so much for attending this meeting despite being on a
I
traveling mode.
just want to congratulate to the beloved author for his new book and many more to go like this. And thank you.
Thank you, Aditi. Thank you for your wishes.
Thank you, Aditi.
Sapna ji, would you like to say a few words? Rohit has told so much about you.
So Sapna and Leena ji, both of them have been with us from the very beginning and are like the most strongest, I would say, building blocks of Praganam. And then over to Sapna. Sorry, I'll just keep speaking otherwise.
No, I think it's a wonderful work and it's a very important landmark, I would say, in our journey as a team and of course for Rohit and for Sumi. Uh, Not just that the book, but it's also going to motivate a lot of people. So from that perspective, I'm just, I would say happy that, we are at this stage right now. So yeah, congratulations to all of us, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Sapna. So as a future plan, I will just like to reveal on this book launch that we plan to, of course, translate the book into regional languages, 8 different regional languages. At the same time, we have converted the book into a video format where we have put it online on some like online educational platforms like Udemy and all. So that is also work in progress. So people can download the courses and attend the same material that is given in the book.
That's a very interesting, sorry, a very interesting initiative, sir, because I think with Udemy, you get people tend to explain things also, which we don't generally understand. So that's a very innovative one. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
So we're almost at the end of the session. Anirban, any comments? Anirban is, of course, he's been
Yeah,
through
sure.
the entire
I'll just speak
making
for,
of the book and the entire, visibility part.
yeah. So Rohit has been my chuddy buddy. Like he's I've been with him since we were like kids. There's so many experiences to share, and not all experiences could be shared in this forum. But yes, we had a lot of good times. So Rohit, uh, just one thing, could you? I was just curious. Uh, During your research phase, you must have had conversations with many gynecologists, doctors with a lot of modern medicine background. What was their feedback? How did they react? Did they feel that you're stepping on your toes, or like did they feel that you're invading their territory? Because most of the time, what we know or what we experience is that Ayurveda and modern medicines don't go hand in hand. There's always a kind of a, let's say, like a healthy or maybe an unhealthy kind of resistance. So what's the feedback from the medical fraternity, let's say? How was your experience when you spoke to the medical practitioners on this matter?
Yeah, very interestingly, see, 10 or 20 years from now, I think there was a clear-cut conflict between Ayurveda and modern science, but now the things have improved. Now somehow the gynecologists and the doctors community, they have started acknowledging that diet is very important constituent of a healthy person's well-being. So when I went to doctors, suggesting that okay, for iron one can also replace their utensils. Why not suggest that? For calcium, one can also take in pan as a supplement. And already the nutritive the Indian research on nutritive value of Indian food, they already validate that pan can be supplement for calcium. So when I went to them with these facts, it was kind of acknowledged as okay and it is appropriate. And now when I work with Praganams and I go to the field where we talk to the doctors and the patients alike, I've experienced that there's a huge amount of acceptance towards the concepts and towards the ideologies that has been put forward in the book. And just for the very fact that the diet is nowadays being acknowledged as something important, and even the doctors recommend it. So we are working like we have created like an alternative support system. So doctors and hospitals are already doing their part, they are delivering, and we, through this book, the knowledge that is there in this book, we are kind of supporting them to do it well.
It's
Well,
wonderful.
that's really
Like
nice to know.
Rohit, yeah. I mean, Rohit has really
Thank
done
you.
his homework well with talk to doctors and everything, and that it really validates the entire concept because yes, people would have this question, very valid question, and everyone.
So thanks, Rohit, and I really wish you all the best. Yeah, I'm very, very proud of you. I mean, I can actually say that one of my friend is an author, so it's really a good feeling. So all the best to you, yeah, and I really would be happy to be with you along in this journey as well. So all the best to the entire Praganam team.
Yeah, thank you, Anirban.
So it's time to listen to a special note from Rohit just before we wrap up. So Rohit, please do go ahead, share with us.
Yeah, I'll just take this I'll just like to read some lines from the book. And the favorite part of the book that I feel, Chitra asked me today morning that what is the favorite part of the book that you feel. I feel that the most favorite part is the acknowledgement, because I am really indebted to all the people who have contributed in creating this book as it is. And it is not the people that are here on this platform, because the information being shared through this book is based upon thousands of years of research. And it's not my research. It's not something that Himanshu ji validated and said that it is his, or Abhinandan would say that he has contributed. It is a work of thousands of couples and thousands of researchers before us who documented it in scriptures, and we as beneficiaries, we got the pleasure of noting it down and putting it into this book. And of course, definitely the couples who practiced this information, because as it is through our experiences, we understand pregnancy is a scary stage. Everyone is scared about their health and the baby's health. But there was thousands of, and I would say millions of couples who actually followed this wisdom for the health of themselves and their baby and their families, and they validated this information. So as acknowledgement and as my gratefulness, I would like to thank all the people who have contributed in collecting this knowledge in form of scriptures, and the people who actually followed it and practiced it, and definitely my wife, who confidently followed it and then gave me the inspiration of writing it down and everything. So yes, so this is my favorite part, and I'd like to thank everyone before me, and people who are going to come after me, who are going to follow it.
Thank you so much, Rohit, for that lovely note. And finally, Niladri, please do say something on behalf of TCC. We are working together with Rohit, and we're very glad to be a part of this initiative.
Yes, sure, definitely.
Yes, first of all, Rohit, congratulations on the book. And as Abhinandan was asking me before we started, have I read it yet? No, I have not read it, but I will through the course of the week, and I'll personally tell you what I think about it. But on behalf of TCC, it's been a real honor for us to be working with you and to be working with this book. Uh, we have been working with plenty of books and fiction, non-fiction, but I think Chitra would agree that we have worked on a book which is so unique as Beginning of Motherhood, and so socially relevant, I would also say, because and no disrespect to any other author or who have written non-fiction with whom we have worked with, but I think this is the most socially relevant book that we are working with. So thank you for the opportunity to work on this. And it's been great knowing you guys, you, Abhinandan, Anirvan. Uh, we had some pretty long meetings, and they were great. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have more long meetings in the days to come. So look forward to that. So yeah, thank you for letting PCC work on the book. For we'll try our level best to make sure that this book becomes as big a success as it deserves to be. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Ladri. And on behalf of Praganam, I would like to say we are very grateful and very, we feel very proud that we are working with TCC, a team like yourself and Chitra. And I think it's going to be lovely way ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Also, I would
Rohit.
like to add, it's not only me and Chitra, you've got at least half a dozen or more freelancers who are also working on your project. So it's not only us. We might be the faces, but there are a lot of people in back room who are working behind the book or with the book rather. to make it the success. So big thank you to them as well, to all the freelancers, not only for this book, but also every freelancer who works for TCC. I think we are eternally indebted to them.
And we'd like to request everyone who's watching this video to go and shout about this book, about this initiative from the rooftops, because it is so relevant. It would apply to you, to your friend, to your mothers, to your sisters. Everyone's experience is important. And I think this initiative is so wonderful that everybody should know about it. So kudos to the team of Praganam, and you have had such lovely memories creating this, carefully curating it for couples. And the book is going to be out tomorrow, guys, on leading platforms. You can find it on Amazon. It's going to be on Kindle, and the hardcover is going to follow soon. So please do get yourself a copy of this wonderful book. And congratulations, Rohit, again. Thank you so much, everyone who has attended.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and thank you, Chitra.
Thanks, Rohit, and thanks the Creative Circle for organizing this. It is really nicely done. We really enjoyed to be the part of this launching ceremony. So all the best.
All the best to Rohit, all the best to Praganam. So go team, let us launch the book. Everyone who's watching this video, please do get yourself a copy of Beginning of Motherhood, because this will really help you and your friends. Please do tell everyone you know about this. And for any doubts or any advice, please do visit praganam.com. Rohit is there. We'll be uploading all these details. You can see in our description that all the links will be there. So you can go and check out all the details about Praganam and the book on these links. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to both the TCC's handle and also Praganam's channel. Please do subscribe for all wonderful updates. And as Rohit has already said, there are so many information, so many tutorials, tips and tricks that will be uploaded to Praganam's channel. So please do go follow that. Thank you everyone for joining in. It has been an utmost honor and pleasure to be launching this book. Good night, everyone. Have a good time.
Good night. It was wonderful time. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.